should people come in 2024 on Opportunity Card? What will be your 3 power-packed advice for them? Do you think is it a right time in 2024? Is it even possible for somebody to find a full-time job in 1 year? Alright guys, so welcome back once again. I am here in Berlin at my friend's place, and today we will be talking about study, job, current life here in Germany in 2024. 3 of them, they have studied here in Germany in one of the public universities. Now they have sorted a good life for themselves. What, it's been 6 years?
Yes.
All of you?
6 years.
6 years, yeah? That's a considerable amount of time that you have spent here to guide others. I would love to know what were your key learnings living here. Currently, Indian students are the highest coming from India to Germany. What advice do you have, and what's the current job market as well? We will start with your introductions and then I'll ask you my question.
So, okay, hi guys. My name is Ishani Gogoi. I belong to Assam in India. Came here for my master's 6 years ago in 2018. So I studied advanced functional materials, and now I am doing job. I'm working as an electrochemical engineer at a French company. I did my bachelor's in chemical engineering from India.
My name is Vikram. I did my bachelor's in Rourkela, so I'm basically from Rourkela, Odisha, and I did my master's in Paderborn University. The course name was Material Science. I came in 2018 to Germany, and then I completed in 2020. After that, I'm working as a test engineer in a 3D printing company called Quantica in Berlin. Basically, I'm into 3D printing and additive manufacturing in this field.
So, hi everyone, I'm Asman. I'm basically from Assam, India, and I have been also here for 6 years. I came for my master's, and I have been working as a professional or as a material scientist in the field of composites since 3 years now, and basically that's it.
So, first question, what are your top 3 learnings of living in Germany that you thought like, oh my god, I learned something that was not there with me?
I learned how to be very independent. Before this as well, I thought I was quite independent already, but when you actually live alone for such a long time, and then I understood, I was not that enough independent, I would say, and that's something I take away. That's my biggest realization. And for me, for the studies was also like more practical experience. That was something I really learned how important it is. Yeah, working hard and so on.
Okay.
I think the same points as what she mentioned, because in Germany, most of the things you have to do alone, rather it be hard, there's your household chores or anything. You have to do everything all alone, so you become independent, definitely the first point. The second point is the educational system. It is something which will actually make you learn things very practically, and you learn everything in very detail, so which actually makes you really professionally good. And I think the third one would be you start to treat everyone equally here, because everybody is treated. It doesn't matter what profession you belong to, but everybody is treated equally, which is a really good point, I would feel. This is what at least my takeaways.
I did learn a lot of things, but professionally, I would say the work culture, I like it very much. So whatever they give the task to anybody, it's their responsibility to fulfill it. So it's not so pressurizing here. So that thing, I really liked it, and I learned how to work in that culture. So I learned how to manage my work by myself and not to be in a pressurized world. And like a small personal behavior would be, for example, to care about others, like small little gestures. Like if you are crossing or entering into a supermarket and holding a door for somebody, those little things that matters and shows that people are important. Like this little things like I learned.
So a lot of people are on the way to Germany in 2024 for employment or for education, masters, right? People were concerned about, I was just in India recently, and one of the questions which kept repeating is, there was a high inflation and there is a high inflation. Is this even a right time to come to Germany? You 3 are working professionals, you've spent here 6 years, did your masters, and you've seen literally every stage of what student goes through. What's your thought process? Like, how has that impacted you 3 personally? I'm interested to know what was your cost of living 2-3 years back to what it is today. Let's just give us an insight into that. Yeah. So tell us, what's your thought?
Yeah, so regarding inflation, 2 years back, yes, the inflation did have an impact in our lives as well, because maybe I can give you an example. The things that we used to get in supermarket maybe at a lower cost, which actually raised to, the difference was actually raised by 3 to 4 euros, which we actually used to get in once 1 euro. Maybe it has increased to 4 euros. For example, there was this oil which we used to cook food. This actually had this difference margin range of this. And talking about rents, so 2 years back, I was actually in another city called Dresden. That time I used to, because when the COVID did not hit us, I used to pay around 400 euros per month, which actually increased by 250 euros. I started paying around 650 euros, which was a lot. And it actually did not gradually grow, but it immediately grew to 650. Then again, talking about the electricity cost, which was actually too much. Then the companies who actually provide these apartments to us, they actually sent these letters to us that due to inflation, this is how it is actually raising. I'm not sure about the numbers of the electricity cost, but yes, it actually raised quite high for us. It was, and we were actually studying. We were students at that time. It was too much for us to pay for a month. And so far as your question, which was that if it is a good time for somebody to come here and for job or for education. I think it doesn't have to do with the inflation right now, because I mean, it all depends on your skills, because if your skills are very good, I think nobody can reject you, because if the company needs certain kinds of skills which you have, I think they cannot reject you. So this all depends on your skills. So yes, then developing the skills is more important than knowing about the inflation rate or anything else which was going on 2 years back.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, even if employers reject you, you should be able to find a new job quickly.
Exactly.
Based on the experience and skill sets what you have.
Exactly, exactly. Because
Right,
it
right.
depends. I mean, it doesn't have to do with the situation which was
Yeah.
2 years back.
Right?
Yeah.
How much was your blocked account money? Like per month?
I think when we came, it was 7,000 euros. That was a block on.
8,640 euros.
8640. Yeah, yeah.
Per
Oh, you're
month.
that.
Yeah.
Do you know how much is it now?
Yeah, it's around 14,000.
No, not that.
11,000?
11,000
Okay,
something. So
cool.
basically 992 euros per month. Right?
Cool. But in terms of your previous question, I have
Yeah.
few things to share. Like,
Yeah.
I was like in my experience, I was a bit blessed, I would say. Even during the COVID situation, I was working as a student assistant. However, my job continued. Like, I was just asked to stay at home and work, and then I used the further time to develop myself. And then I was applying for thesis and internship. So I would say it's more on you as an individual how you use the time. And so I then got a master thesis and started with that, and then I also got new jobs, like part-time jobs, because my master thesis was not paid. So that was another. And then I always worked, like since the day I came. I didn't go home for 4 years, by the way.
Wow.
And I used my
God.
vacation not to roam Europe. I didn't know how silly is that or how bad is that, but for me, my priority was using that time to learn German. I did intensive German courses, which helped me to develop like my speaking skills. Plus, I was working like multiple jobs, like student jobs, so that I can build my resume. And I was also doing weekend jobs to have some pocket money, extra money and stuff. So those time actually helped me to develop myself, and I got a job after 3 months of my master thesis, which I would say is a good leap, I would say, because most of the people, also not most, but many people suffer for a job to like for 6 months to 1 year at least, I would say.
That's
Yeah.
so true, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
getting a job literally in 3 months after
Yeah.
you've completed your masters is a kudos to you, really,
Yeah.
for all your hard work.
Thank you. And I would
Because
say,
that doesn't
yeah.
happen. Normally, it takes about 6 months, I would say, bare minimum. 1 year, right?
Yeah, for us
So
it was 1 year.
we
Yeah.
basically we all utilize that 18 months
Yeah.
technically. But for you to get a job in 3 months, that was good. Nice, yeah. Really nice. So what about you? Like, what's your thought on inflation?
In 2020, when the corona came up,
Yeah.
at that time I was searching for internship.
Right.
So it took me 4-5 months to get an internship at that time, because it was right at the same time when corona came up, and it took me a while to find an internship. And after that, I did internship for 6 months, and then after that, it took me 1 year to get a full-time job. So
Wow.
It's like a lot of time it took, but it depends on individual. So yeah, it depends on how good you are and what situation is. But at the end, you will get through it. So,
So
what
when
I
you're
think.
saying that you studied here, by the way, just for people to know, like you've done your masters in Germany,
Yeah.
it still took you 1 year to
Yeah.
get a full-time job.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but government has very recently launched Chancenkarte, the opportunity card. That is given for 1 year. So now my question is, so people basically who are planning to come on Chancenkarte, if they take their entire 1 year, is it even possible for somebody to find a full-time job in 1 year?
Is it possible? I would say because people might get in 10 days or 3 months, 6 months. It depends on individual, and your application should be at the right place and the right time. So for me, it took 1 year to be in that spot, but for people, it might be less time. It depends.
Okay,
So
okay.
it totally depends. And I would just recommend people don't think about how much time it is taking. Just go for it. And if you're really interested and if I think believe in yourself and you're worthy enough, and you'll anyhow will get it. There's no point to think about how much time it would take.
If you are like insecure about the job situation, I would say like many companies actually give a permanent contract, like industries, and they wouldn't lay you off that easily. So it's very in the rare case. I'll say I have heard one person in my experience, but in another 3 to 6 months he got even a better job actually, and he was quite happy about it.
Nice.
And another thing about job security would be that, and once you perform well, they're always going to extend. In case of university and research institute, they actually care about the employees as well, I would say. And I also have a story I heard. She actually was on a job seeking visa. She came here, it got extended. She had a 6 months visa. Her visa was about to get over. She got a new job recently, and before she had gotten this offer letter, her visa was also extended. So I would say it's quite secure,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Let's just take a step back, right? I want to essentially talk for job seekers who are coming on opportunity card specifically. Given the current financial scenario and what's happening in the market, and I want you to also address a little bit on the student side who are coming here, right? With the hope of at one day we'll have a good career, right? Eventually we'll have a good job and stuff in Germany. Do you think is it a right time in 2024? Do you think are people making a right move in your point of view? You three are working professionals. You have seen the industry. You're still currently working. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people around you getting hired at a better job, or probably getting laid as well. What's your thought?
So maybe first I will start with students who are coming with a hope to start their new
In
life
Germany.
in Germany, exactly.
Right.
To get a job during your course, it's very important that you get these student jobs at the universities or any other institutions which actually develops your skills, because these things are actually seen by companies way more than any other candidate who do not have this, So which is why it is important that you constantly keep in touch with your interested professors or any PhD students who are actually working there, and then just try to get a project to do with them, maybe like a student job or the Hiwi
Okay.
job. So this actually helps, because this is what helped me. It is my experience.
Yeah.
And regarding jobs, I think, according to me, what at least I have seen in my surroundings, for example, in my office, people are actually hiring many international people. So it is just that when you see a job advertisement, you know what the key skills they are looking for. So you need to prepare your CV according to that. You need to put those keywords in particular areas where, so this is how your CV gets an eye to the hirer. So this is a really good point. So if your CV comes into an eye of the person who is hiring, you will get an interview. For example, let's say if it is matching their profile or whatever it is, so you get an interview. So this is how you give interviews more and more, and this is how at least you get to know something if you're lagging or something, So this helps a lot. So this is my experience, because this is what I did. I see a job interview, I see a job advertisement, and then I try to put only those words rather than writing the whole sentence. So I write only the keywords, and this actually helps a lot to get an interview at least. So this would definitely help, I would say. So I think it doesn't have to do anything with the situations which has happened before, and even if people are thinking now, because I have seen in my company there are many international people, many international people who are actually getting hired. So this is my thought and my experience.
Okay.
In my opinion, I would ask the students who are planning to be excited and to be chill and then
Wow.
come here. And I think you should look forward to a better life. I would say, like, at least in my opinion. And first, you should enjoy these student life because, yeah, with growing time, it's really difficult, I would say.
So
But
that's why you came here and you did not go home for 4 years.
I know, I definitely was a little
You were
bit
really
ambitious.
enjoying student life.
No, I mean, it depends. But I had good friends and good company. And yeah, but I did between the job, like when I got my job and completed my master's, I did make a solo trip to 3 of the European countries.
Okay.
So I did live my life. It's not like I didn't. But I would say, yeah, to enjoy that student life as well. But there are so many opportunities. What you can do, first chill, come here, learn well, and learn German. That always has an upper hand, I would say. And you have more options for job prospects. And yeah, be confident, build your skills, and learn German. And what else? I would say network. Go to conferences, go to trade fairs, and these kind of what's form next? It's like workshop, exhibitions, and so on. Contact people, drop your CVs, connect through LinkedIn. I think that also a very good way to build a network and apply for job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to conclude this. Should people come in 2024 on student visa or on an opportunity card? What will be your 3 power-packed advice for them?
As in conclusion, I would say like they should come actually. It depends on your profile if you want to develop your educational skills. So you can come for masters or PhD and so on. So you can come for that. And if you have a good profile in work environment, then you can directly come with the Chanson Carter. Because I've seen people in my company as well, they came directly from different countries in the Chanson Carter. So there are some people who came, studied here, and then they are working. So for me, I think you should not look back.
Okay.
You should take the opportunity.
Okay.